Natalia, and if you're wondering why I didn't do my normal intro, you obviously didn't see Sunday's video, or you clicked out, one of the two. But if you're curious, go check it out. If you're not, let's move on. So as many of you guys know, I'm an intermediate speaker of Korean, and I've come quite a way in terms of my speaking skills over the past year and a half, and you guys have started to ask me like, hey Natalia, like, how can I get better at speaking Korean, or how can I get better at speaking my target language if I'm shy, like if I'm afraid, like what can I do, what advice do you have? I'm not the best at speaking Korean, like I trip over my own words literally all the time. Like you can watch any of my like Korea vlogs, any of my vlogs, any of my videos, and you'll see me go all the time. So I'm not perfect, but I feel like I've progressed enough to where I'm ready to share some information with y'all. So let's talk about how you can get better at speaking your target language when you're shy. So go. If you want to improve your speaking skills, the first thing you need to do is change your mindset. I know that sounds super simple, but let me tell you, it's literally the hardest part of this whole thing. So I need you to realize that the reason you're not improving is not because you don't live in that country. It's not because you don't have expensive textbooks and you're not taking courses. It's not because you have no friends that speak your target language. No, sir. No, sir. Those are excuses. The real reason you're not improving is because you're keeping yourself from improving. Like, you are in your own way. You are stopping yourself from getting better. Like, the problem is literally you. You're in your own way. You're like, no, I don't want that. No. You're probably like, Natalia, I did that. Natalia, I did not click on your video to get slapped in the face. Like, I know, but like, I need you to understand that you are the reason that you're not improving. Like, think about it this way. How many times have you, for example, if you're learning Korean, how many times have you walked into a Korean restaurant, realized that the staff speaks Korean, and you proceeded to order your food in English? When was the last time you were at a party or a social event, you found out there's a Korean person over there and you're like, I should go talk to them. Like, I'm learning Korean. Like, I should go introduce myself and like talk to them, you know, like we should be friends. But really what you're saying by I should go talk to them is I don't actually plan on speaking Korean like with them, like, you know, like no, that's not what I want. I just want to be able to like ask them questions and like talk to them about Korea. So did any of that sound like you? Like, did it? Like, cause let's be real, like this was me. This was me before I went to Korea. This was me when I lived in Korea. This was me when I came back from Korea. Heck, this was me like up until like a year and a half ago. In all honesty, like the whole time I was in Korea, I knew. I was aware that I was in my own way. I knew that like the only reason I wasn't getting better at speaking was because I wouldn't speak. Like, I knew this. Like, I remember being like if only I wasn't an introvert, like I'd be so good at Korean. Or like, if I was like an extrovert, like my friend so-and-so, like I would be so good at Korean. Like, it's just, this is me. Like, if I just wasn't me. I even remember right before my second semester in Korea being like, sitting myself down and being like, Natalia, this is the semester you're gonna speak. This is the semester you're gonna get better. This is the semester you're gonna get out your own way, okay? This is the semester you will learn to speak better. And you know what happened? Nothing. Literally nothing. Like, all that hype and nothing happened. Nothing changed. I didn't speak. I didn't get better. I failed the mission I gave myself. When I got back from Korea, I had friends that were actually from the university that I studied at in Korea, and they'd speak in Korean a lot to each other. They'd even speak to me in Korean. And you know what would happen? I'd respond in English. I knew what they were saying. I could say it in Korean, but I didn't. And I remember sometimes I'd even challenge myself to speak Korean. I'd be like, okay, Natalia, just respond just once. Just respond in Korean, one sentence. That's all you gotta do, one sentence. And I'd do it and I'd be like, yes, who's the boss now? I'm speaking Korean with my one sentence. Baby steps, guys. Baby steps. And over time, nothing happened. I know, I keep saying that nothing happened, but I need you to understand just how difficult this was for me to change my mindset, like to force myself to actually get out of my comfort zone and actually speak. I had the capability to do it. I could speak to myself all day. I could speak to myself like in my head, in Korean. It's fine, but not to people. Like, whoa. You want me to speak to a person? Like, well, they can judge me? No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. After about a year of having come back from Korea, my friend Kathy, the one that you guys like to say looks like Lisa, because she does look like Lisa. Well, technically Lisa looks like her because Lisa's, like, Kathy's older than Lisa. But anyway, that's not the point. That's not what this video is about. So once Kathy got back from Korea, we were hanging out a lot, and I realized like, whoa. Kathy was so good at Korean. And you might be like, okay, why is this important? So the reason that this was so like noticeable or like notable for me is because when we first got to Korea, like Kathy didn't speak Korean. Like she was taking beginner level courses, I was taking intermediate courses. So by the time we like reunited, if you will, I'd been studying Korean for 2 years and Kathy had been studying for a year and a half. So technically I'd been studying longer than her, but Kathy was like way better than me, like way better than me. And I remember trying to figure it out, like why is Kathy so good at speaking? Like why is she better than me? Like what did she do? Like I need to know so I can implement it and be better. Like what is she doing? You know, and I remember when I finally like connected the dots on why Kathy was so good at speaking Korean. We were sitting on the floor, it was Hyun and it was my mentee that was from Peru. And we're just sitting there and I was observing Kathy because like she was talking with my mentee in Spanish. And mind you, even though Kathy's Mexican, Kathy's Spanish is kind of awkward, like she's not fluent. And that's when like just watching her interact with my mentee like in Spanish, I realized like, you know, when Kathy meets someone from a foreign country that she's like learning that language, she just goes for it, man. Like she's like, you're from Korea? 저는 한국에서 공부했어요. 갑자기, wow. Like all of a sudden, like she'll just start speaking Korean. Or like if she meets someone from Japan, she'll start breaking out that Japanese. And like to be honest, Kathy, I don't think she actually speaks Japanese. I think she just like knows a ton of like Japanese words. And so she'll be like English, English, Japanese, English, English, English. And she does the same thing with Spanish. And I was like, you know, Natalia, I beg you. The one thing she did differently is that she actually speaks. And she's not afraid. She doesn't care if she's gonna make people wait as she gets her words together or rearranges her grammar. She doesn't care if they laugh at her. Okay, she probably does care, but she doesn't let that fear stop her. Like if you think about it, if my goal is to speak fluent Korean, am I really gonna give that up because I was afraid that this one person that I would probably never see again is gonna laugh at me for like a good minute when I mess something up? Like I'm willing to give up this dream of mine in order to not be embarrassed for like a good minute. That's worth it? To me, really? Really? And I remember when I realized this, I was like, Natalia, like, you need to speak. Like, if you want to be better, if you want to, like, improve and, like, just be better, you need to stop. You need to, like, slap yourself in the face and be like, get it together. Like, a year from now, you're gonna be like, I'm so glad that I started speaking. After a month, like, I was good. Like, I messed up and I didn't care because honestly, that's where I am now. Now when I mess up, I'm like, I messed up. Did you hear it? Did you hear that? Like I messed up, LOL. Bringing all of this like back to you, if you're struggling to speak and you're shy, I want you to know like that's normal. We've all done that. We've all like gone through that. Like if you're not shy, like who are you? Like who are you if you're not scared to speak? But I want you to realize that like you're not gonna get better at speaking if you don't speak. And to be honest, you don't have to speak to a native speaker. You can speak to yourself. To be honest, most of the time I'm not even speaking to a native speaker. I'm literally speaking to myself because let's be real, native speakers, they don't usually correct you unless you really mess up. Then they'll correct you. So you can speak to yourself. You can copy TV shows. You can listen to a podcast and repeat everything they're saying. You need to like realize that it's not a spectator sport. Like you can't learn to be great at volleyball if you're only reading about volleyball or you're only watching people play volleyball. You have to actually go out and learn how to coordinate your muscles to go play volleyball. Like it's not gonna just happen because you watched. And it's the same with speaking a language. Like that's a different part of the brain. Like you need to go out there and be like, I'm gonna sound stupid. And that's okay. Because later, I'm gonna sound amazing and everyone's gonna be like, how'd you do that? And you'll be like, let me just tell you a little story. I was once shy. And you're gonna go and be like awesome and it's gonna be great. So if you're ready to get out of your own way, go check out my video where I teach you how I study vocabulary so that I don't forget it. Because if you're gonna be speaking, you're gonna need a lot of words. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. But anyway, I hope this resonated with you and it motivates you to at least try a little harder. Like you got this. I believe in you. Like you got this. If I can do it, you can do it. If Kathy can do it, you can do it. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Tama, bye, guys. Bye.